So it's time for the junior pre-final here, round 2 of the Rotax Max Euro Challenge in Laghi, Italy. The championship leader you just heard from, the pole sitter, is Thomas Preining. Good luck messages coming in for the drivers in juniors from back home via Twitter. Good luck, Jack McCarthy, for the final. So proud of you this weekend. We love you loads from Grandad, Nan and Mandy. And also good luck to Jack McCarthy from Paula Hayden. You can do it from the Haydens, she says. And lots of good luck messages coming in from Scotland as well. For Dean McDonald. He's got a bit of work to do here from a bit further down the grid than he would have liked, but the multiple British and Scottish champion, he's been wished well from Brian and Lizzie and Mom and everybody back home in Scotland. They're all behind you, and they know you can do it. And also good luck messages coming in for Javier Gonzalez in junior, who's had some very good races so far. And another one for Jack McCarthy. He's got a huge fan club, hasn't he? Jack McCarthy's got Jason Hollis wishing him the best of luck as well via Twitter. At RGMMC is how you need to mark your message if you want to send it through. We'll do our best to read those out and pass them on to the drivers, or via the social stream at rgmmcmedia.com. Junior time then, and well, we just saw the interview that you conducted yesterday evening, Matt, with Tommy Preining. He is a very level-headed young man, but quite rightly, he's very confident at the moment. I noticed in the interview, though, he said he'd be happy with a top 5 finish. I don't believe that for 1 second.
No, not at all. I think he was going for that top spot, and I don't think there's any reason why he can't, because he's been so impressive so far this weekend, and he sits there on one of the best places to be, pretty much on pole position. He's got some strong challenges, though, coming through. Slightly different atmosphere today with this pre-final and final, and it means you're going to have to work that slightly a little bit harder to hold off the attentions of those guys coming from behind. But very shortly, the juniors getting themselves revved up and onto the track for a 9-lap pre-final.
And somebody right behind him is Marcus Armstrong. He's getting lots of support from back home in Australia, from Jack Black back home in Australia, one of the racers at Genk. Good luck to Marcus Armstrong as Marcus goes out onto the track in only his 2nd Euro Challenge event. He's already a winner. He won a heat yesterday. He's going to start this race from 3rd position. So Thomas Preining, 3 wins out of 3 yesterday. He's on pole position. But Max Timmermans was also a race winner, and he's going to start alongside Matt. Yep,
that's how the front row shapes up then, in hopefully another corker of a junior pre-final. Row number 2 then sees Marcus Armstrong, another man who's been very strong so far this weekend. Let's see what result he can pull off in this one. Maurizio van der Laan is next up, another name we mentioned quite a bit over the course of this weekend. We'll see if that continues in this pre-final. Row 3 sees Luke Wilhelms and Arenas van Kamthorpe next up, and row 4 is headed by Jack McCarthy and Dzenis Slavinsky. Inside the top 10, row number 5 sees Leonard Hugenboom and also Dave Wooder. Both of those are strong so far here at Laghi. We'll see if they can progress a little bit higher. Row 6, the likes of Darren Keane and Richard Verschoor on that row. Row 7 is headed by Dean McDonald, the young Scottish lad. A little bit further down after that poor 1 heat result he had yesterday, but he's got Jose Enrique Brito, another man impressive so far this year, lines up alongside. So a couple more hard chargers. Row number 8 then sees Alex Quinn and Max Hoffa. Row 9 is completed with Zach Falk and Dylan Byes. Row 10 for Javier Gonzalez and Nick Dunker. Row 11 sees the likes of youngster Yuri Vips and Finley Hutchinson. Row 12, Dennis Mavlinov and Danny Crows. Row 13 is Yannick Brandt and Mick Vishofer. Row 14, the final ones to get through after yesterday's heats were Padana Manang and Nicholas Scholl, and the ones this morning who were the best in the second chance heats were Jordan Brown Nutley on row 15 with Hugo Bentley Ellis. Row 16 is Berke Besler and Kieran Ragg, and the final row number 17, Ayrton Simmons and Adrian Renadan, should give us 34 to start this junior pre-final, and Chris is going to talk us through the start once again.
And good luck to Darren Keane from Kirsten Hayward. Go for it today, Darren Keane, she says on Twitter. Darren won't hear you say that because he's in the car, but Dad will be trackside and will be listening in and watching his lad from 11th on the grid. If you're of a nervous disposition, look away now. The juniors are about to tumble down into the first corner for the pre-final. Tommy Preining leads them away. It's a first-time start. It's a good start from him. Trying to get around the outside is Max Timmermans. There's a big old shunt going into turn 1. There are a couple of separate incidents there. Some have come to grief, but not at the front of the field. Into second place has come Luke Wilhelms. Tremendous move to go into second place. You've got 102 running off onto the grass there, coming out through the order. 86 Marcus Armstrong has been caught up in a pile-up as well, we think. So this is at turn 2. We've lost number 60 as well in the action, has dropped out of the race. That's another one. That's Maurizio van der Laan, who is near the front of the field. Number 40 has come to grief at turn 2 as well. That was Nick Dunker, 6th in the championship. So, whoa, 6 or 7 going out early on. 2 more collide and hit each other going down through the hairpin. So that is 2 more carts come to grief. They're interlocked together, as you can see from the shot there, down at turn 9, and they cannot be ripped apart at the moment, so they're losing valuable time in trying to rejoin the race. Woo, told you it'd be lively on the first lap of the race. Tommy Priding leads, Luke Wilhelms is second, Max Timmermans third. Dean McDonald has come all the way up to 4th place from 13th on the grid. It's a tremendous start for the young Scot. Leonard Hugenboom's up to 5th. Darren Keane has made up 5 places. He's 6th. Javier Gonzalez has also moved forward. He's in 7th. Richard Verschoor is up to 8th. He's another one to watch coming through. Giannis Slavinsky, the Belarusian, impressed yesterday. He's in 9th place. In 10th position is Yuri Vips. Just outside the top 10 is the number 36 card of Alex Quinn. So Nick Dunker towards the back of the field. Dave Wooder is towards the back of the field. Mauricio van der Laan, Jose Enrico Brito and Zach Falk. I think those were the 2 that came together at the hairpin. They're way down the order as well. Marcus Armstrong, 27th at the end of the first lap. So he was involved in that first lap, first corner tangle. About 3 or 4 incidents there, weren't there, Matt, on the first lap?
Yeah, there certainly was. I think Marcus got speared across the track. There was a little bit of contact on the rear of his car. So 27th in this one at the minute. He's got a lot of progress to try and make his way through it. He's trying to do that already with a whole bunch of cars up in front of him. But Tommy Pryning, the man up front, leads the way by a nice 1.6 seconds at the end of lap number 1. Second place is still Luke Wilhelms, still going on for 3rd place by the looks of it. Max Timmermans and Dean McDonald. What a start from Dean McDonald. He's there in 4th place at the minute. I think he's got his teammate behind him as well, which is Leonard Hugenboom. No, it's not. It's Darren Keane. So they're all in there together. In fact, that time round, Dean McDonald lost a bit more space and time, so he's down to 6th place, and we'll see where he comes across the line this time. But Tommy Pryning now comes through. Onto another lap he goes. The man is second, trying to close the gap down is Luke Wilhelms. 3rd place then is going to be the card of Max Timmermans. Following him quite closely is Leonard Hugenboom down towards the first corner, and again it gets much tighter a little further back with Darren Keane, Richard Verschoor and Dean McDonald now another place down in 7th.
Tommy Pryning continues to extend his advantage. The Team TKP driver firing away, multiple Austrian champion. Could he win the European title this year? He is more than 1.5 seconds clear of Luke Wilhelms, who goes through shot there in 2nd. There's Max Timmermans in 3rd. Leonard Hugenboom is 4th. Darren Keane 5th. Richard Verschoor has come up to 6th place now. Dean McDonald losing a position on that lap down to 7th he went. Sonny Slavinsky, Yuri Vips and Alex Quinn all now in the top 10 as 1 or 2 others shuffle themselves around. So there are the 2 stricken carts of Brito and Falk through the hairpin. There is the leader. There is the gap back to 2nd. But 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th and 8th are all line astern as they go down into the right-hander at turn number 1. And this, of course, will give us the grid positions for the final later on to come. Max Timmermans starting to come under a bit more pressure now, I think, from Leonard Hugenboom. So the Belgian coming under pressure from the Dutch driver, who's a couple of tenths quicker at the moment. 1 or 2 moves going on further down as well. Alex Quinn looks like he's about to pull one off. Alex Quinn, I think, has gained a place on Giannis Slavinsky down into turn 6. That will put him up to 8th position. So what about those further ahead? Well, 3rd's okay. 4th and 5th, though, still tight together. More moves just further back as well, just outside the top 6. 1 or 2 moves. Quinn getting stuck in there, isn't he? And he's trying to work his way up towards the top 6.
One of the Strawberry Racing cars was dropping back quite a few places there, so we'll check on who that was. But it's still going on for the top 3 places at the minute. Max Timmermans there in 3rd. Got Leonard Hugenboom on his tail as they head through turn number 1. Leonard is a man who's going very quick at the minute. We've got blue flags already for one of the cars a little bit lower down. 64 is Luke Wilhelms, so he's going to be told. No, in fact, he's there in the race. It's one of the others. Oh, and someone's lost a wheel there across at turn number 2. It's Karts number 69 goes flying across the track.
Yuri Vips, the Winter Cup champion.
So Yuri is out of luck in this one, not happy at all. He throws his arms out the car and says, that's it for me. And I don't quite know who he made contact with, but the cart's okay.
Front left wheel's come off completely, hasn't it?
It's
and
gone
he's
somewhere.
Just stranded on the grass. He's stranded on the grass on the exit or the entrance to turn 4. The wheel bounced across the start-finish line, I think. Hopefully it's come to safety.
throws his helmet, not good at all, so that will be a little bit more dented as well than it previously was. Right then, Tommy Prining goes through. Let's try and recap where we are. Second place for Luke Wilhelms, third place is Hugenboom, fourth place is Max Timmermans, and fifth place is Richard Verschoor. All those three pretty close on track now, heading down towards turn number 2, and it's Max Timmermans really feeling the pressure in this one. He can't hold on to the places at the minute, and Richard Verschoor is going to get a good run by the looks of it down the back straight. We'll see if he can make a move at turn number 6. He turns into the corner now, and it's further back, in fact, a move's being made. Alex Quinn, I think, is down the inside of Dean McDonald there. Oh, and down the inside as well looks to be that move for 4th place. And Richard Verschoor has got past Max Timmermans.
He has, yeah. So Timmermans just struggling for pace a bit at the moment, and down into 5th position. And he got Alex Quinn and Dean McDonald not too far behind him as well. Alex Quinn having a really good, strong run through the order here. Somebody else making up, he's come from 15th on the grid, so could get into the top 4 or 5 here, Alex Quinn. Somebody else making decent progress is Hugo Bentley-Ellis, who had to come via the second chance heat. He's moved up to 18th place now, so gained a dozen places or so. Alex Quinn is up into the top 5, isn't he? He's got ahead of Max Timmermans, as he at the start of the lap, so yeah, Alex Quinn started the lap 6, he's up to 5th now, and his next target is going to be Richard Verschoor, who's also been making good progress in this race. So look there with the red and white suit, the yellow and orange helmet, that's Alex Quinn in 5th place. He's just zeroing in now. Richard Verschoor is the quickest man out there, I think. A change just behind as well as Dean McDonald goes through ahead of Max Timmermans, I think. Darren Keane possibly about to launch an attack as well. So Timmermans just slipping back in this race after his 2 heat wins yesterday. Tommy Prining in a world of his own as he goes through with 3 laps to go now into turn 1. Luke Wilhelms second, Hugenboom and then Verschoor, and still coming under pressure from Alex Quinn. It's a terrific drive here. It's the drive of the race from Alex Quinn. And then it is Dean McDonald, who did indeed get past Max Timmermans. Darren Keane has yet to do so. He runs in 8th place still. Slavinsky and Mavlanov in the top 10. Jack McCarthy, with all of his support back home, doing okay. He's in 11th position with 2.5 laps to go. Tommy Prining is 2.8 seconds clear. Nobody can touch him today, can he? Look, he's absolutely miles out front. I think his only worries here this weekend are going to be getting through the first corner.
Yeah, that's how it looks at the minute. So Tommy now leads by, 2.8 seconds. So it's growing and growing. Got 2 laps to go this time. Alex Quinn's looking the quickest down there on track at the minute. Sits there in 5th place. He's on the tail of Richard Verschoor as he comes through the final corner now. See if he can get another good run down in towards turn 1. Through the Strawberry Racing teammates next up. Dean McDonald, Max Timmermans and Darren Keane now at the back of it. So he's found himself dropping down into 8th place. Then we've got Dennis Mavlanov next off, and Zina Slavinsky has dropped to 10th place. Timmermans loses 1, maybe 2 places there. Darren Keane goes through. Max was very much offline there through turn number 4, so he steps aside pretty easily for Darren Keane. And again, not too sure if that cart's handling as best it should. But now the man in second is starting to defend quite hard here. Luke Wilhelms has got Leonard Hugenboom over his tail. He goes to the outside line. That would be a brave move if it comes off. It doesn't. He then will try and get the cut back in towards the next of the left-handers. Again, Luke Wilhelms goes for the inside line, and down the inside goes Richard Verschoor. So he picks up 3rd place. Alex Quinn's going to try and go with him on the inside. He does get it done, so 2 places lost there. Both moving up goes Richard Verschoor and Alex Quinn across the line. 1 lap to go. Yeah,
it's a mistake from Hugenboom. He was so busy swooping out wide to try and get the better run out of the corner that he forgot that he was leaving the door wide open for everybody to get the inside of him. So Verschoor and Quinn just drove up the inside. Quinn's had a bit of a knock there from Dean McDonald as Dean went past with a tight move going into turn 4. Quinn's going to try and fight back though as they go down towards turn 6. Look at them all fanning out here, but Quinn can't quite find a way through, so he's dropped a place there. More charges down the inside here in this battle for 3rd and 4th positions. Richard Verschoor coming under attack. Hugenboom's trying to get back up the order as well. The leader's just got 2 corners to go. It's all about this battle for 3rd. I think Hugenboom might have got back up into 3rd position looking on the monitors, but nobody can touch this man so far this weekend. It's another win for Tommy Prining. He takes the checkered flag. Well done to the young Austrian. 2nd place comes through now, and that's equally impressive for Richard Verschoor, who gets 2nd place. Luke Wilhelms is the one that dropped down on that last lap out of the top 3, so Hugenboom did get 3rd position. McDonald 4th, Luke Wilhelms in 5th place. Max Timmermans was 6th. Alex Quinn lost a couple of places on the last lap of the race as well, down into 7th position. Then in 8th place it was Dennis Mavlanov. 9th was Darren Keane. Sionis Slavinsky rounding out the top 10. So Tommy Prining wins the race. That is the biggest margin of victory so far this weekend by 5.099 seconds, a 5-second advantage in just, what was it, 11 laps of racing. So he's basically half a second a lap quicker than anybody else on average.
I don't think Tommy Pryning will understand how eventful these races are, because he's up front by so much. He's kind of oblivious to it all, but he does come home the race victor, as Chris said, by the biggest margin we've seen so far this weekend. And it's Team TKP that seems to be dominating juniors, as the likes of Strawberry seem to be dominating seniors. But he does come home as victor in the pre-final, sets him up very nicely for the final this afternoon. Richard Verschoor second on that last lap to get past the likes of Luke Verlelms. Third place was then Leonard Hugenboom. Fourth place for Dean McDonald, so not too bad for Dean there. Worked his way from lower back down on the grid. 13th, of course, he started, so good progress. 9 places made in that one. Luke Verlelms drops 2 on the end to 5th place. Max Timmermans then comes home in 6th place. Not the best of drives for Max there, but he'll be on the outside of row 3 for the final. Alex Quinn next off. Dennis Mavlinov in 8th place. Darren Keenan, Dezana Slavinsky into 10th place. Then we see Jack McCarthy, Mick Vishoffer and Max Hoffer, 12th and 13th. Padana Manang down in 14th. Paul Car Racing next up with 2 of their karts, Finley Hutchinson and Hugo Bentley Ellis. A 17th place for Marcus Armstrong. So, of course, after that turn 1 incident where he got speared across the track from his original grid spot, he finishes 17th, so not too bad progress made back up the order, but he'll be slightly disappointed going into the final. And 18th place then for Javier Gonzalez, another Paul Car Racing team down the order. We've got Berke Besler, Danny Crows 19th and 20th, and you can see the rest of the runners in there as well. Dave Wooder, 26th place, not the best of runs for Dave. He's got work to do, just like he saw at Genk, so he's got work to do in the final. And a few that didn't quite finish, one of those Nicholas Scholl, along with Dylan Byes, Yuri Vips with no left wheel on his wagon, Maurizio van der Laan, Jose Enrico Brito and Zach Fogg. So around about 6 non-finishers in that junior pre-final race.